Hi everyone, welcome to RT Tarot. My name is Yuri. Thank you for joining me today. This is a channel for all artsy things, spiritual readings, and just spiritual talk. So if you like those things, do consider joining my Stardust family. So why do I call you all Stardust? Well, in the Hmong language, Hmong, people think that it translates to free people, right? But when you translate it even down further, it means dust. Hmong, Hmong. Hmong is dust, right? And we call ourselves Hmong, which means stardust. Hmong du, right? So that's how I came up with the Stardust family name, because we're all Stardust. You don't have to be Hmong to be considered Stardust. We're all Stardust. You know, we came from the stars. And when we die, we turn into dust and our spirits go back to where we came from, right? Anyways, that's a whole nother video if you all want to know more about that. But today I'm going to just talk about how to find your life path number and your soul number, etc. Right? And I'm going to be looking at some of my notes just so that I can recall what I'm supposed to talk about, because I do forget a lot of the times when I'm making these videos, and if I don't have like a note card in front of me, I tend to forget. Okay. Numerology dates back to thousands of years, you know, ancient times, Babylon times, the ancient China, Atlantis, Egypt, India, Greece. Okay, so yeah, it's been a long time. So many people believe that the Greek mathematician Pythagoras created the Western chart, but I'm not too sure on that. You know, it's just a theory. I just know that numerology has been around longer than he was around, you know, like it dates back before he was alive. And there are definitely multiple charts, because there's the Chaldean used in the Babylon time, which again, before Pythagoras time. And also there is the Kabbalistic, the Chinese, and the Tamil Indian numerology chart. Okay, so I don't think any chart is wrong. If you have time, definitely learn about every chart. I think it'll give you even more or better detailed insight of who you are or who the people you're dealing with. Okay, because every chart, again, is a little different. So it will reveal something that the other chart didn't reveal to you. Okay, so I love looking at multiple charts. Numerology is based on the fact that our souls are recycled souls, and we come with certain gifts and certain lessons. Either we brought gifts from our past life with us, or lessons with us that we have to learn in this lifetime. Why numerology is important? I feel like numerology is just another guide for life that you can use, like your horoscopes, right? Those stars. But numbers are very important, because every number, their meanings stay the same. There's no good or bad number. Okay, because there's positive energy and then there's negative energy for that specific number. It doesn't mean that it is a good or a bad. Just like human beings, we have a good side and a dark side, the yin and the yang, right? Because there's balance, and we need balance in the universe. So I find that knowing your numerology number is very important, because it can help you with life, finding your destiny or your career, what you're good at, or what you might, you know, succeed in, right? Because before all of this, I never considered being a clairvoyant, a teacher, or maybe a teacher. When I was a kid, I always thought about being a teacher, but then growing up, I was just like, no, I can't stand kids. And then I still love them and I'm still drawn to them. And, you know, I don't have to be a teacher who teach kids, right? So after learning my numerology number, I realized how much it can help others. And maybe you might find it helpful and it might help you. Okay, so numerology is an ancient science consisting of numbers. The numbers have their own vibration, their own meanings, okay, but they stay the same because number one's meaning is not going to change. It's always going to stay the same, right? So number one is about being independent and standing up for yourself, etc. So it's always going to be that. And number one, like finding who you are, right? Relying on yourself. Um, the benefits of numerology is that it can uncover your destiny, your life purpose, like I said, and also the life lessons that you will possibly have to go through. Is it important to know the time of, you know, the exact time you were born? No, not really, because this in numerology it doesn't use that. It's only for like when you are requesting an astrology chart. That's when they'll ask for your full name, full birthday, place where you're born, and the time you were born, because then you're looking at the stars when they align, etc. And for numerology, you're just looking at the numbers in your name, your birthday. So what is the difference between the Chaldean and the Western chart? The Chaldean, of course, it's the older chart compared to Western. And the Chaldean only uses values 1 through 8. 9 is considered a holy number, so that's left out. And the numerical value of each letter is based upon its sound frequency and vibrational pattern, all right? So that's different. And then in the Western chart, the letters and numbers chart is based upon its position in the alphabet. Okay, so the numbers is based on the position of the alphabet. So A will be 1, B will be 2, C will be 3. So this is the Chaldean chart. If you just look at it, okay? So look at where the numbers are placed. And this is the Western chart. If you want to just compare the two, you could just see there's like slight difference, okay? So another major difference between the Chaldean system and the Western system is that the Chaldean always considers Y as a vowel. And in the Western, it can sometimes be a consonant or a vowel, right? It really depends on the name or whatnot. And plus for the Chaldean system, it considers the name you use today instead of the name you were born with on your birth certificate. And then for the Western chart, more for the name on your birth. Both have two different titles for each. For example, the total of the birthday is called the life path number in the Western chart, but it is called the destiny number in the Chaldean system. And each has a different meaning. So that's why I think it is very important to explore different charts because it's different. If you have a nickname like me, then you should look at both, okay? So if you are Hmong, you definitely understand when, you know, your parents or your siblings, whoever in your family, when they get older, they change their names, right? Especially in the boys, they change their name to match what they want in their future or whatnot. And you even hear stories when babies are born and they don't like the name that's given to them, so they cry and cry and cry and make people change their names, right? Because name have a huge significance in your life, okay? So if you're Hmong and you still don't believe in numerology, then you better not change your name. I'm just kidding. Okay, for me, I have a name that's on legal paper, and then I have my nickname. My nickname, Yuri, my guides gave me, and I never knew this. Okay, I just never knew why I loved the name Yuri so much and why my friend called me Yuri. And it was because my guides made sure she started calling me Yuri, and that was my nickname. So when I look at my chart, I look for, you know, things that are within my full legal name, and then I also look at my chart with my nickname in it. So there are two different methods that I usually use to calculate the numbers. The first is just adding across. Okay, so for example, I'm trying to find my life path. So I use my birthday, which is September 10th, 1990. I simply add 09 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 0, and that equals 29. And then I reduce that. 2 plus 9 equals 11. So I have a life path of 11 too. Now, if I'm just going to use the reducing method instead of adding across, this is what I do. I take my number, 0 plus 9, that's just 9. 1 plus 0 equals 1. And then my year, 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 0, which equals 19, right? And then I reduce that, and 9 plus 1 equals 10, so that goes to 1. So now I have the numbers 1 plus 9 plus 1. So what does that equal? That equals 11. So my life path number is 11 too. So those are the two methods, the adding across and the reducing down. When you're going to reduce your name, so example, if you have a middle name like Mary Ann Larson, you make sure you reduce the Mary, the Ann, the Larson, and then you add it. Why is the life path number important? Your life path is the most significant number in your numerology chart, also known as the ruling number, birth path, or birth force number. It's the very first number that all numerologists look into to understand who you are as a person. The Chaldean refers it to the number life path as the destiny number because it reveals what you are born to do. In Western numerology, your life path number reveals the path you've chosen, okay, to walk in this life and lessons you've chosen to master on your journey. This number indicates the kind of experiences you'll encounter as you fulfill your destiny and life purpose. So the life path number is calculated using your date of birth. So we're going to find your destiny number in the Western numerology chart. It is called the destiny number. It is the second most significant. In other charts, it's called expression number, name number, or complete name number. In the Chaldean numerology, it is known as your purpose number. Okay, both the Western and the Chaldean chart, it reveals your mission or what you are destined to accomplish. So what you promised in the spirit world, what you're going to do here. Okay, and your destiny number tells you what you will be most likely successful at, and if you combine your life path and your destiny number, that will help you find your career choice, okay, or career choices. And a lot of people believe that your destiny number is an accumulation of all your past life experiences and life achievements. Okay, so anything that you achieved in your past life, you brought forth to, help you with this life. Most numerologists believe that your original name on your birth certificate is most significant. If you have a nickname, or if you use a name that is shortened, that is just going to add more like attributes or talents, characteristics to your profile, but it does not mean that it's going to replace your birth name. Okay, even if you use your birth name for like 5 seconds and no one has ever called you that name ever again, it's still very important to look at that name and that chart, because it is your predestined or your pre-chosen name. And so that goes into saying, if you are Hmong and you have siblings, that cry too much or didn't like the name that they were given to, you have to do rituals to change the name, right? And also, if you know, our parents or brothers, the elders are getting older, they change their name so that the energy for their life changes with it, right? So if you believe all of that, then you'll understand that numerology truly does exist, and it's not just a crazy person thing. All right, so now we're going to look at how to find it. You can reduce, and you can use the methods, the Chaldean method or the Western method, but I'm going to show you how to use the Western method. Please note that if your name is hyphenated or a compound last name, that's considered one, okay? And if you have a junior or senior in your name, that's not included, okay? And if you don't have a middle name, you only need to calculate your first and your last name, okay? So I'm going to show you Yuri Zhang and how I calculate it. So first, you look, and the Y has a 7. The U is a 3. The R is a 9. And the I is a 9. And then the X is a 6. I is a 9. O is a 6. N is a 5. And G is a 7. Okay? So I have those, and then I'm just going to add a cross and get my number. So next is the third most significant number in your numerology chart, and that is known as your soul number, or soul urge, or true heart's desire. Okay? What does the soul number reveal? It reveals what motivates you, what your soul truly wants, okay, and what you need in order to feed your soul. So for me, I have a soul number of a 9, and I need to help others, right? I need to teach others. I need to just share my wisdom, and that makes my soul very happy. You know, with such a busy life, that is why we meditate. We take a moment to pamper ourselves, right? Because our soul needs it. Our soul needs that time for us to listen to it and to talk to our soul and to feed it. And even when we're not meditating, doing yoga, all these relaxing things, our soul is constantly trying to tell us what it needs. But we don't really listen because we're so in tune with everything else except ourselves. You know, and that's why I believe that if you know your soul number, you'll start to realize what your soul needs, and you will just subconsciously feed it. Okay? Feed the good. Okay? So how do you find your soul number? You just take the vowels in your name, so your birth certificate, your legal name, and you just take the vowels in there and add it together, and that gets your soul number. Okay? So again, you can use the reducing method, or you could use the adding across method. Now let's talk about personality number. Your personality number is, again, one of the 7 core numbers in your chart. Okay, its influence is less dominant than the life path, destiny, and soul numbers. Your personality number is said to represent the outer you. So what people see, like when they first meet you, what kind of impression you give them, or, you know, what kind of person people view you as, right? So that's your personality number. The personality number doesn't always reflect your true nature. Like I said, it's more of what others see you. Okay, so how do you calculate your personality number? You just take the consonants of your name and you add those up using the reducing method or the adding across method, and then you find your personality number. Now, your birthday number. Your birthday number is also known as the day number or the day born number. I know, right? It's an important aspect of your numerology profile because it indicates special talents and abilities that will assist you on your life path. Okay? Some numerologists believe that the birthday number has the greatest influence over the middle of your years, while others believe it reveals your personality strengths and challenges. Either way, your birth number is the easiest number to work out because it's simply the day number of your birthday. So mine is 10, right? And if you want to reduce that down, it is 1. I'm here to find independence. Or, again, it reveals my talents, being independent, right? So that's why I like being alone. I like doing things by myself. I like to be exclusive and different, right? In the way I dress, in the way I do stuff. It's just different. So how do you calculate your birthday number? Like if you have a double digit like mine, which is 10, you add it. Like 1 plus 0 equals 1, right? And if you have a different number, like maybe 24, so it's 2 plus 4. Okay, so you get 6. That will be your birthday number. Okay? What is a current name number? Current name number is basically the name that you use. It is called the minor expression. Okay, it is the first and last name that you use. This is a name that you would have on your business card, you would have friends call you, you would have on YouTube, you would have on Facebook, right? The name that you use. Simple as that. This is believed to, again, to reveal your destiny and life number. You use the reducing or the straight across method. So the maturity number is a very important number in your chart because it reveals your future potential and the ultimate goal of your life. It's also known as the power number, attainment number, realization number, or true self because it pinpoints your position of personal power and where your destiny is leading you. So if you're wondering where your life is heading or where you're going to go, the maturity number is a great number to look at. And in the Chaldean numerology, it refers the maturity number to life goal or as a life goal number. Okay. And some may argue and say that maturity number doesn't kick in until like your midlife or when you mature. And some say it can kick in earlier because we all mature at different times. Some even believe that it doesn't even really come into play until you reach your 4th challenge or pinnacle. Okay, and that will be discussed in a later time. We'll talk about pinnacles and challenges. But generally it kicks in between 35 and 45 and is fully functional by the age of 50. All right. As each year passes, the energy of your maturity number strengthens and matures. So in other words, as you get older, the stronger the influence your maturity number has upon your personality and your life. Okay, so keep this number in mind when you're making long-term goals and decisions. So how do you calculate your maturity number? All you have to do is add your life path number and your destiny number together, and that will get you your maturity number. Okay, some numerologists reduce 11-2, 22-4, or 33-6 down to 2, 4, and 6 at the stage of calculation, and some don't. Okay, that really depends on you. Okay, so one of the reasons why many of us choose to reincarnate is to master or learn a lesson. So karmic numbers are numbers that represent lessons and anything that we want to learn in this life. So we bring our past life lessons that we didn't accomplish, or things that we did bad or whatever good, it doesn't matter. We bring it with us in this lifetime. We choose to reincarnate because we want to learn something, we want to ascend, and we want to be better, right? So that is why we reincarnate with life lessons, with karma numbers, because we have to master that in our lifetime. So those who don't believe in numerology profiles, if they don't master their karma numbers or their lessons, they might come back because they didn't do what they were supposed to do, right? So I think it is very important to also know if you have karma numbers and what your karma numbers is telling you to master, okay? So how do you find karmic numbers? Basically, you use your legal name and you look at what number is missing. So for example, if my name was missing a 6 or a 9, you know, 6 and 9 will be my karmic lesson numbers. When the numbers are missing and it's not in your core numbers, then that's a number that you're going to have to master. So for example, if I have 6 and 9, and 6 is my life path, then my karma lesson of 6 is minimized. It's still there, but it's just minimized. And then if 9 is not in any of my core numbers or in my chart, 9 is the lesson that I really truly have to master, and it probably will be one of the hardest things to master. Do you understand? So that concludes my video today. I hope this numerology video was helpful. I hope you all enjoy finding your core numbers and looking at your chart. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I will try my best to answer you. And if any questions I can't, I will tell you and try to find resources for you as well. Okay? Otherwise, I hope you all have a great day, great night, whatever time you're watching this, and I will see you at the next one. Bye!